What are y'all starting to dislike the more and more older you get? Trying to be cool and get attention, especially with people whom I am not close to. Now I just wish to be peaceful. This one for sure. I'm not cool, never have been, never will be, so let me be lame in peace. I think the best realization is that it's only people who are being themselves that are cool. If you are trying to be cool, then you're lame. If you're lame and just embrace it, then you're cool. Agreed. The people I find the coolest are the people who are genuine, kind, authentic, and welcoming. There are way less people like this than you would think/hope, but they are top-notch people when you find them. I really don't think this is true. A lot of the people widely considered cool are trying super hard. Okay. If you would like to believe that trying hard to be cool is cool, then have at it. I think that, generally, being good-looking, socially aware, wealthy, or talented in some combination lead to being considered cool. Probably in that order of importance. Fair point. Many would consider Elon Musk cool, but as far as I'm concerned, I could never figure out why. He's just so douchey to me. How could that be considered cool? Loud noise. Same. I bought some mute earplugs so I can eat my lunch in peace. Also, people talking on phones in public and people watching videos without headphones. In the bathroom stall. At work, almost every time I go to the bathroom, someone is in the next stall doing their business and chatting away on speaker. Gross. When people do that, I make it a point to flush the toilet as much as possible and use all the air hand dryers. So the person they are talking to know, and so they are driven to stop doing it. GTFO of the bathroom if you are just using it for a big phone booth. I used to be a maintenance cleaner, and one time this lady walked into the bathroom as I was cleaning and was just standing in there using it as a private phone conversation room loudly. She wasn't even using the bathroom at that, just standing in the room blocking part of the sinks. So I made it a point to have to clean and flush every toilet and test every single hand dryer while she did it. Oh whoops, missed a spot cleaning, looks like I better go back and fix this toilet by flushing it a few more times. She eventually sighed and rolled her eyes, then left annoyed. Good. This is what fart apps are for. I have mad skills making loud juicy sounding farts by putting my hands against my face and blowing into them. I recently had such fun making fake farts in the stall next to someone having a cell phone convo. Social media. It's just gotten worse and worse since I was in high school. The internet was cool before the corporations figured out how to better monetize and control it. Exactly. I'm 40, so I lived through the Wild West days of the internet, and I always wondered when they would get a hold of it. I miss the old days of the internet too. My very early days of internet use were the tail end of the Wild West, and things were so much more fun and dumb and didn't have to have a point. The things that I find saddest to see the way they are is YouTube, and YouTubers in general, and just the sheer amount of adverts everywhere. Everything is an advert. Everything. So just the monetization of the internet, I guess. Advertising is everywhere. There are screens everywhere. Restaurants that shouldn't have TVs, do. And or they have those tabletop pads you can pay on, but run ads the rest of the time. There's screens running ads at the gas pumps. Kids today are going to be bombarded with advertising from every angle, from a very young age. That cannot be good. We had it growing up, ad breaks on TV and radio stations. Junk mail, billboards. The ads have still be there, it's just a different medium. But remember the old days before pop-up blockers. So many pops up. Congratulations, you're a winner, calm voice. It had its downsides too. Like the dreaded day the 3-minute song you'd been downloading for the last 8 hours was at 98%, but you were forced to restart the download from scratch because mom needed to use the phone. I just like to say that taught me patience. It was far more rewarding than just searching up the entire album in seconds on Spotify. We really had to work for it then, with crossed fingers it was actually the song and not accompanied by a virus. This is our I walked 15 miles up the mountain with no shoes story. LimeWire gave my PC some bad illnesses. People seem to be much happier in general pre-social media. Highly recommend looking up a YouTube channel called Vampire Robot. This dude has like every stock footage from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Basically, it's just new stock footage, and it's an awesome time capsule to see how people were like. Their fashion as well and the like. Browsing through the channel and it's literally everything from Walmart Black Friday 2006 to inside Circuit City on 9/11 and this is art. Thank you for this. Everything needing an app. Why can't I just use this perfectly fine browser? The worst part is when the app is very, very blatantly just a wrapper around a website that literally does nothing that would require it to have said app. I was at a restaurant a while back and they took my name and phone number for the wait list. I get a text to go to a website to check my place in line. I went to the website and it said to download the app for the best mobile experience and to see my place in line, there was no other option. When I downloaded the app it wanted me to create an account. That's when I backed out and went back to the website and opened it in desktop mode and it told me my place in line without having to create an account. I left a 1-star review for the app because of that and the developer doubled down by replying that they feel the app is the best experience for mobile users and funnel them to that. No. Why don't you let the user decide what experience is best for them? I don't want your goddamn app taking up space on my phone. I had a tech-literate friend teach me about desktop mode, and I'll never go back lol. Desktop mode is my default for mobile browsing. If something does look wonky I'll go to the default user agent but those cases are rare. Sneak edit to add, get rid of the Reddit app and instead use old Reddit in a mobile browser on desktop mode. Old desktop Reddit is best Reddit. The 5-day work week. Tagging on to this, commuting. We do work too many hours, but at least we get paid. Losing an additional unpaid hour or more of your day is tragic. Commuting is such a waste of time if you're able to do your job from home. I could have gotten an hour of work done already instead of wasting it being stuck in construction-induced traffic, but the owners of the company completely refused to allow it. You could also have had an extra hour in bed, or gone for a heathy walk with that commuting time. I don't do any more hours now. I work at home full-time. I spend about 60 to 80% of my day just pretending to work as is. That's not because I'm slacking, it's because I quite literally can't do anything because I have to wait for others to finish their work and get it to me. So I waste even more time at the office when I could be using the downtime to do things like grocery runs or laundry instead of having to cram it all in during the weekend and getting at max half a day of actual rest. Hangovers. I find the best thing about hangovers is, there is no one else to blame. My GF31 was at a party last weekend while I was away and proudly called me to tell me that she didn't even have that bad of a headache the next day. What she didn't account for was how her sleep schedule got derailed from just one night of partying and she was very tired basically half of the following week. Didn't even stay up that late Friday. Fell asleep on my couch at 11 after meeting some friends. Woke up in a cold sweat at 6, broken sleep until 8 when I had to feed the cat and dog. My whole long weekend, shot. Not even that hungover, just tired, so tired. Plus I get terrible hangover anxiety and depression which has only gotten worse as I get older. I only drink once in a blue moon now but when I do go out I'm pretty much spent for 4 or so days. I haven't drank in a year and a half but have been dancing with the idea. This comment has reminded me beautifully as to why I stopped. Thank you. I'm 62. Working has lost its color. I'm 35 and I'm so burned out I don't know if I'll be able to work again. I'm starting to feel that given the choice between working literally anywhere, doing literally anything, and just straight up dying, I'm not totally sure which one I'd pick. Edit, to everybody replying that they're in the same boat, I'm so sorry and I love you all. Work is such a drag. It is so mentally taxing and draining. Personally, I know I need to find a completely new career, but there's so much work involved in a transition. Also, there's no guarantee I'll get hired, only guarantee is that I'll have to put on so much work to try. I've been burnt out for years, but like you, I keep on keeping on. Hang in there, buddy. I just switched to a new job with a fairly major pay cut. Don't know how we'll make it work financially, but at least I'm looking forward to going into work every day. Work. At this point, I'd rather not do it, lol. I honestly don't mind working. I like money and working facilitates that. It's work culture that grinds me to dust. Can I just show up, be polite, get paid and not have to be dragged into mandatory fun, overly intrusive icebreakers at meetings and forced interactions with people I really don't like? Perfectly willing to accept that all of this is a me problem, but way too many people substitute work for having a functioning social life. Traveling, but not seeing the sights or any of that. I mean the actual transition from one location to another. I did a few trips in my 20s where I'd be finding all different ways to save money and go to as many places as possible: overnight buses, sleepless nights, budget airlines, etc. Last trip was 4 years ago at 29 and haven't traveled because of the pandemic. Recently did my first trip since then and all the transition stuff between countries really got me tired. Early rides to airports, immigration, customs, security, waiting at the gate, budget airlines that charge for everything, waiting for the plane door to open so I can finally get off. Next time I'm just doing one country and flying an airline that will at least give me water. I'm 36 and planning a 10-day trip and was like, you know what, Europe has been there for a long time. It's probably going to be there the rest of my life. I don't need to pack the entire continent into 10 days. I'm going to Portugal. That's it. To quote Charles Bukowski, there's time. And if not, that's all right too. I've always thought it was absurd to come back from a vacation more tired and exhausted than when you left. Just go and see one place and take it easy. Lazily stroll around, give yourself time to take in the sights you do get to see, and just give yourself time to decompress from the already busy day-to-day. Have a great Vaki BTW. Please like and subscribe for more daily content.